it's always like 30 minutes of previews, bro. That just kind of bunch.
Yeah.
Because like nowadays, I feel like with the previews, you can just see that online. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, pretty much.
a lot of the trailers I just like seen online, except for one. I saw this trailer for a movie. Anne Hathaway. The end of Oak
the one
Street.
with Ewan McGregor, the horror thriller thingy.
Yeah.
Ian McGregor.
Ian McGregor. Yeah. Is it Ian?
Yeah. Oh, it's I
Ewan.
say Ewan.
Ewan.
Yeah, Ewan.
Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor. Yeah, that joint actually looked fire.
Yeah.
Like low key.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't see that the first time when I went because I went to see Spider-Man twice. And I didn't see that the first time because when I went to see it the first time, I was kind of like, I had a group with me and I had my cousin with me and she was trying to get like, not nachos. She was trying to get loaded fries, but they were like taking forever, like at the theater. And so I was like waiting there for it. And then I was like, okay, I got to go, man. I'm trying to see the movie. You know what I mean? So then I ended up like missing a lot of the trailers, which is fine by me because I could care less. I can just see all that stuff online. Like with YouTube nowadays, I just got YouTube Premium too. So it's like, am I even gonna see it on YouTube Premium? Probably not. But then again, like trailers go viral and stuff like that. They're good. So.
True.
And then I saw, I did see the that freaking Jumanji movie, bro. They're making another Jumanji, bro.
Yeah.
Did you see the new ones?
I didn't see the new ones. I only saw the original when I was like super young with Robin Williams. Robert Williams.
Robert Williams?
Yeah, I don't know why I said Robert.
I was like, Robert Pattinson? What the heck?
No. But yeah, I only saw the original with Robin Williams when I was super young. I never got a chance to see the new ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's kind of the newest one that looks. I saw the trailer. I'm like, this is kind of dumb. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, do we have to make so many Jumanji movies? You know,
I don't really think so. We get the premise of what the thing is about, so it's kind of pointless to keep rehashing the same old thing.
The first one wasn't a comedy, right? It wasn't a comedy.
The one with Robin Williams.
I've never seen the first one either.
It was sort of like, it wasn't full on comedy. It was sprinkled in. There was like some drama, there was some comedy, there was some thriller, some action. So it was all like, it wasn't full on comedy, ha laughs. So
yeah, my mom growing up, my mom wouldn't let me watch Jumanji.
I can see why. It's not a conventional movie where like parents would let their kids watch.
Really?
Yeah, because like one, it's like a game that takes you into another world, and they're like monsters and like different like animals that come out. So it's not really the best movie for kids to watch.
Let me look it up.
Yeah,
Jumanji also, open world.
I think the original movie
that's a new one.
It was sort of. I don't know if it was, because I forget, but the board kind of resembled like a Ouija board or something. I don't really know if it was.
Oh, that's why my mom didn't let me watch it. 100%. That's why my mom didn't let me watch it, girl.
So, yeah, we had to watch. We didn't have to, but we watched it in school for because it was raining that day and we didn't go outside to play, so they put that on for us.
Yeah, Jumanji, I remember. And then,
Yeah, I believe like Robin Williams' character had played the game before, and he was stuck in the game, and the kids who played it freed him from the game after they were stuck in it for a while with him.
Kirsten Dunst is in the movie?
Yes, she is.
She was like obviously a child though.
A kid, yeah. She was a kid. It was
okay, let me look it up. The premise 1995. The original Jumanji movie premiered on December 10th, 1995 in Culver City, California, before its official U.S. theatrical release on December 15th, 1995. What's the plot? I didn't mean premiere. I meant premise, but I guess I'll just say plot. Because I don't really understand it. And like, how does it look like a Ouija board? The plot of Jumanji centers on a magical jungle-themed board game that traps a young boy for decades and later unleashes wild jungle chaos upon two new children who must finish the game to undo the disaster. Okay. What were you going to say? I cut you off, my bad.
That's okay. I was going to say I don't think it fully resembled the Ouija board, but it shares some characteristics with it.
12-year-old Alan Paris finds a mysterious board game named Jumanji. When he and his friend Sarah play it, Alan is sucked into the game Jungle World after a roll, while Sarah flees in terror. 26 years later, orphan siblings Judy and Peter move into Alan's old abandoned family mansion and find the game. When they roll the dice, they accidentally release a now adult Alan, and a wave of dangerous real disruptions like giant mosquitoes and rampaging animals. The group tracks down an adult Sarah to rejoin them. Together, they face giant spiders, monsoon rains, and relentless big game hunter named Van Pelt. And when Alan finally reaches the end and calls out Jumanji, time reverses to 1969. Alan and Sarah are children again, with all memories of the ordeal erased, although they safely secure the game for the future. Huh. And then there's a 2017 sequel, which is the new one, I guess? Like the newer one? Decades later, the board game adapts to the times by turning into a video game cartridge. 4 modern high school teenagers in detention are sucked into the game, taking on the physical forms of the adult video game avatars with specific strengths and weaknesses. To return home, they must work together to restore a stolen jewel to a giant jaguar statue and survive the jungle's non-player characters and deadly threats. So is it a direct sequel?
I don't know. I thought there was a reboot, but apparently not.
Okay, I bet if I type in Jumanji Christians mad, I bet you I can find it. Like, okay, some Christian media reviewers and parents express frustration with the modern Jumanji films Welcome to the Jungle, Next Level due to profanity. Man, I ain't talking about that. Mad. I said 1995. I should say that. 1995 film Jumanji did not spark widespread or organized outrage from Christian groups upon its release, though some faith-based and parental reviewers expressed minor concerns regarding its content. Christian families-focused media has noted the intense jungle chaos, giant mosquitoes, language, overall reception. Mainstream and religious media outlets viewed it as a standard, albeit intense fantasy adventure rather than a problematic spiritual occult threat. Let me dive a little deeper. Hold on. Let me look that up. Let me see. Yes, a small subset of Christian parents drew parallels between Jumanji and Ouija boards. While not a mainstream controversy, I knew it. The comparison stems from specific thematic similarities that trigger concerns with certain religious communities. The gateway concept. In Christian theology, Ouija boards are viewed as dangerous spiritual tools that open doors to... Parents concerned about Jumanji saw a parallel in how the board game acts as an unstoppable supernatural portal, trapping players and unleashing chaotic forces into the real world. In the movie, the game pieces move by themselves once the dice are rolled. This self-governing magical element closely resembles them. That I could see that. Honestly, I could see that. It does resemble like the Ouija board. Yeah, it is kind of weird. The game's ominous inscription, a game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind, was interpreted by some strict religious reviewers as subtle nods to spiritual escapism or astral projection. Despite these isolated concerns, the actual Milton Bradley tie-in board game released in 1995 was a massive commercial success. Most families view this strictly as a standard dice roll and riddle-solving toy rather than a spiritual threat. Got you. I can see how it kind of looks like it, though. Like, I can see how some might have a problem with that, yeah. And I'm even looking at the game. Like, I looked at the game, and I can see how, like, Like the box. Yeah, I can see that. Oh my God. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, dude, I can see that, bro. Like in the movie, when it's lit up like that, when it says Jumanji, like the board game itself, like in real life, doesn't look like it, kind of. But in the movie, I can see how some people, that looks like, it literally looks like it says Ouija on it. It really looks like. Yeah, I see why my mom didn't let me watch that.
Yeah.
That's funny. Anywho, yeah, so they're making another one of those movies, I guess. So, do you remember that movie, Zathura?
It sounds familiar.
It's the same concept. It's the same concept as Jumanji.
I've heard about it, but I don't think I've seen it.
Okay.
I've heard about it.
It's literally just Jumanji, but it's a reskin. Zathura, a space adventure, is very much like Jumanji. It is often described as Jumanji in space because it shares the exact same core premise.
Oh, I'm looking at the poster.
Uh-huh.
And it says from the world of Jumanji. So it is from Jumanji.
Oh, it is?
Okay. Yeah.
So it takes place in the same universe?
Mm-hmm.
Both stories come from the books written by the same author. Oh, wow. Didn't even know that. In both films, young children find a mysterious board game that brings its gameplay to life with dangerous real-world consequences. The kids must finish playing and reach the end of the board game to undo the chaos and fix their reality. Instead of Jungle taking over a house like Jumanji, the board game is that there launches an entire house straight into outer space. The characters face meteor showers, killer robots, alien lizards, the Zorgons, and zero gravity instead of stampeding jungle animals. Instead of writing riddles on center screen like Jumanji, Zathura is more of a modern-looking metallic board game that physically injects small cards with its instructions. So I did watch Zathura though growing up. Like I think I saw it on TV or something. And I don't think my mom wanted me to watch that, but I think it was like on TV and I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm guessing that Zathura or whatever it's called isn't as bad as Jumanji was then?
I don't think my mom knew we watched it. I think is what it was. It was just like on TV. You know, like when you were like back in the day when you would channel surf, and it was just like on TV one day, and we watched it. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's kind of.
I've seen that.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. That was crazy. Yeah, so I can't believe they're making another Jumanji movie though. Interesting. That board did look like a Ouija board though. I'm not gonna lie. I understand why. I totally understand why my mom told me not to watch that as a kid. Yeah, that was wild. But shoot, man! We back with the podcast. That was like a 15-minute intro. What the heck? Yeah. Welcome back to my crazy loud thoughts, people. It's been a minute. But we're here, bro. We're here. All right. It's been a long time. We're back with Spider-Man, bro. I know last episode we talked about Spider-Man, didn't we, Blimp? Didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
We talked about Spider-Man. I brought my boy Blimp back for the Spider-Man review, man. We're gonna start with just like, I was thinking maybe we gonna start with a little bit of non-spoilery stuff, and then just get into the spoiler stuff like halfway through. You know what I mean? Because if you, we're recording this on a Sunday. We're recording this Sunday, August 2nd. Okay, I watched Spider-Man Brand New Day yesterday, which was Saturday, and I watched it today, which is Sunday, the 2nd of August. Again, I took some notes the second time. I watched it in 3D, bro. Kind of cool to see it in 3D. So, I guess we could just start off, Blimp, with what did you think of the movie? No spoilers. What did you think of the movie? 8, like out of 10. What did you think? What would you rate it first?
Well, for me, I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's very, very good. I would say it's better than most of the Spider-Man movies we've seen as of late. Yeah, it's really good. And
so
I also sorry.
No, you're good.
I was gonna say that I think that that it really made you feel like you were swinging with Tom Spider-Man how they shot it, and it looked really real. It didn't look computerized as we saw before in the other 3 movies. So that was a cool thing to see. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I'd have to say, my personal opinion, I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10.
Oh.
I'm just playing. I'm joking. I'm trolling. I'm freaking trolling, bro. I love this movie. I loved Spider-Man Brand New Day, bro. I either give it I don't know, I'm tired. Because I kind of want to give it a 9 out of 10, to be honest. I really do. And no glaze. No glaze. I want to give it a 9 out of 10, bro. Genuinely. I think it's up there with Spider-Man 2, bro.
Yeah. I was thinking that, like, because I'm thinking it's a bit slightly better than Spider-Man 2. Slightly.
Right? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm glad you said that.
Just you.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, though. I'm glad you said that for real. Because, like, dude, no spoilers yet. I'm thinking, like, we've never had a Spider-Man movie that just feels like a day in the life of Spider-Man, bro. Yeah. And I think it's the same way I feel about Superman 2025, dude. Where it felt like... It, so. Oh, you still haven't seen Superman?
I haven't seen Superman.
Come on, bruh. Come on, man. I'll chill out with the sound effects, y'all. I'm sorry. But I just had to. Because, like, brother, what do you mean you haven't seen... What do you mean you haven't seen Superman 2025?
I've been a bit busy. I've been doing stuff.
All right.
Working up and, like, you know...
Well, I'll tell you, with Superman 2025, that's good you're touching grass. But with Superman 2025, I have to say, it feels like a day in the life of Superman. And that's what I feel about Spider-Man Brand New Day as well. It didn't just feel like a movie. It felt like an extended episode of his life. You know what I mean? Like, I loved that. I loved how it was like an extended episode of his life, his day-to-day life. You said the thing about the green screen too, and how I didn't feel like it was like all digital and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's because they actually like shot on location for a lot of this stuff. Like, dude, and this that's not spoilers, because literally before the movie even came out, we saw them shooting in New York. Like, they actually shot in New York.
It wasn't in New York. It was not in New York.
Oh, was it?
In London.
It was London?
Yes.
Frick!
Yes. Or it wasn't. Oh, I don't think it was London, but it was somewhere in Europe. I don't know where specifically, but it was somewhere in Europe.
Well, either way, they were filming on the street, bro. My bad, y'all. My bad. That was on me.
Okay. Yeah, it was somewhere. It was filmed.
It was in Glasgow. Glasgow.
Yeah.
I said Glasgow.
London?
No, Scotland.
All right. Or
that's Scotland. Glasgow, Scotland.
Oh yeah. Geography. So, awesome.
Geography. So it was filmed in Glasgow, Scotland, and Pinewood Studios in England to recreate the iconic NYC look. So all those photos of Tom Holland in the suit, that was in London. I mean, not London, in Scotland.
Scotland, and I believe some of them were in in England. So. Yeah.
I'm so glad you fact checked me on that, because I did not know. Yeah, like, see that tough photo that everybody saw when he's looking down, he's sitting on top of the car, standing on top of the car. I thought that was in New York, but no, that is him.
No.
Wow.
I would have known, because it would have been here.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah.
Naturally. But still, they filmed on location for a lot of this stuff, like at real locations. They shut down streets, you know?
Yeah, no.
So it's not, versus like the other Spider-Man films, a lot of it was CG, especially No Way Home was completely like green screen because of COVID.
Yeah.
You know, the Batman filmed in Scotland too. I'm pretty sure it was Scotland.
I'm sorry?
The Batman?
What about it again? Sorry,
it filmed in Scotland.
Oh, Batman 1 or 2?
The first one. I'm pretty sure. Let me fact check myself. Yeah. Glasgow is doubling as Gotham City for the Batman franchise in Scotland, utilizing locations like Glasgow Necropolis. I probably said that wrong, but it is what it is.
Necropolis?
No, Necropolis. I'm so stupid, bro. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Anyway, Glasgow Cathedral and areas around the Kingston Bridge. Yeah, so Batman 2022 was filmed in Glasgow. I feels like Glasgow is the place that people are going. They're not filming in the U.S. no more a lot of the times, or if they do, it's like it's in not Orlando. It's in I hear a lot of people filming in Atlanta. I think a lot of people film in Georgia now.
Yeah,
but it's just
because where all the stuff is.
Yeah, it's because we're like the taxes are getting really bad. Like they don't really film in L.A. anymore to do like movies.
Yeah,
the tax incentives are better like overseas or something like that. I think that's why a lot of movies are filmed overseas.
Yeah, I was also researching, looking at a video about No Way Home's like visual effects. They had an interview with one of the lead effects artists, and they were like, we could spend money like shutting down an entire bridge for that bridge scene with Doc Ock, but that will cost more money than actually just like having a set built in Georgia or whatever they did that shot, and add in the effects later, like of the entire city behind it. So it's cheaper just to have like a built set and then add in the city afterwards in post.
It is. But I will say, it is cheaper. But when you film on location, it looks better.
Yeah.
Like cinematically, it looks better, and the audience feels that. You can feel it. Versus like, No Way Home was good. Like it was a good movie, but it did kind of feel like slop in some aspects.
Yeah.
With the green screen, it was just like, ugh. Oh my god!
Especially with all the three Spider-Men together, they were too. I think they ended up butchering Tobey Maguire's costume.
Yeah.
Especially the mask; it didn't look normal.
But at the same time, we got three Spider-Man together in a movie, so can you really complain? Not really. No, you can't really complain. Yeah. So it's kind of cool to film on location, especially like. I was going to bring up The Odyssey. I know we're jumping all over the place, but The Odyssey was filmed on location for like most of it, to be honest, if not like.
I heard.
Let me see. Did Christopher?
And they also used a lot of practical effects.
Not Christopher Columbus.
I heard.
Yeah, they did. Christopher Nolan, not Columbus. All right, let me see. Y'all can hear my click clacking. Christopher Nolan filmed The Odyssey almost entirely on location across 6 countries, but not 100% completely on location. I didn't think he did, but I just wanted to double check because I didn't want to spread misinformation. While he avoided green screens and shot extensively in real world landscapes, certain controlled water tanks and stage reshoots were completed on a studio lot. Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's why The Odyssey looks so beautiful. Like cinematically, I went to see that as well. It looks so good, bro. It looks so good. You got to check that one out. You got to see that in theaters, gang. Like, take. I know you got some friends, bro. Take your friends to see it. Yeah, that one was really good. So when you shoot on location, it just looks and feels like it's a living, breathing world. Like when they did the attack, like what is it called? Not the invasion of, is it the invasion of Troy or something? I forgot what it is. I forgot what it's called. But when they storm the gates of Troy, the city of Troy, it was insane, dude. It was a 3-hour movie, but I'm telling you, I barely looked at my watch. That's how you know a movie is good, is when you don't look at your watch or your phone to see what time it is. It was that good. I genuinely loved that movie.
Awesome.
Yeah, so check that one out too. And anybody listening, check that one out, man. That was a good one. Christopher Nolan is a genius. I will always sing his praises, except for Tenet. I didn't really like that movie. That was Come on, bro. Yeah, but even Michael Jordan misses, okay? Even Michael Jordan misses. But I love Christopher Nolan, man. I still haven't seen Oppenheimer, though. I need to see Oppenheimer.
I started watching it a few months ago. I have to finish it.
Yeah, I got to finish Oppenheimer. Not finish. I got to start Oppenheimer. Yeah, man. But yeah, so far. Back to Spider-Man. Spider-Man was good. I know we went all over the place, but going back to Spider-Man, Spider-Man was good. I give that junk a 9 out of 10. It felt like a day in the life of Spider-Man. It felt like they really understood the character. Destin, Daniel, Cree. How do you pronounce his last name? Cretton. Destin, Daniel, Cretton. There we go. That's how you pronounce it. What he's doing with Spider-Man, I can't wait for Spider-Man 5 and 6. Because genuinely, I feel like this dude really understands like Spider-Man. Like all the complaints about MCU Spider-Man and how he's Iron Man Jr. Oh, if he has any problems, he can just call the Avengers and they'll bail him out. He has access to all this tech. He's got access to this Stark money, Daddy Stark, Daddy Tony, whatever. Like, all that is thrown out the window. Like, he's back to... They reset the character really well. I really like it. Also, I want to say, which I said in the last episode of the podcast, Zendaya, Tom Holland, even... I forgot the actor who plays Ned, but even they all look older, and not just because they physically aged in real life, but like the costume, like department, like the costume design, for the characters, like their normal like street clothes and stuff like that, is just fantastic, spectacular, amazing. Pun intended. Because literally, it made them look older. Like Tom looks older, not just because he's aged, but because the clothes that he's wearing. Same with Zendaya; they look like they're in their like mid-20s. It's like, it's perfect. It's perfect, and I like it. And I thought that was really nice attention to detail. So, yeah, I really like that about the movie. Go check it out. Obviously, you're going to do it. People are going to do it anyway. They probably mostly everybody's seen it by now, especially by the time I release this podcast episode. But, yeah, no, it's worth seeing. All the complaints about MCU Spider-Man are completely out the window. He's back to square one. Yeah, that is Spider-Man through and through. And Tom Holland's physique, bro, got me motivated, bro. Like I've been working out, but I'm working out even harder now, bro. I looked up what his physique was and how to get it, bro. I'm telling you, man, that show was fire. Like, not to be weird, that show was fire, dude. Like, he looks shredded. He looks like he can do whatever a spider can, bro, and more, and more. And more. Come on.
Darn.
Okay. And more. That's what we're talking about, bro. Yeah. So I really like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. I think he is my favorite Spider-Man now. He has been for a while. It was always like a tie between him and Andrew. But I feel like Tom Holland is just the perfect balance. Like, he's a perfect balance of both of them. Like, you can tell he watched their films and then put that into his portrayal of Spider-Man. In every movie, he just keeps getting better and better and better as Spider-Man. Like, I feel like now, like, this version of Spider-Man that we get in the movie, he's a seasoned Spider-Man. Like, he knows what it means to be Spider-Man. He still has trials and tribulations and struggles, and he's dealing with this whole thing that we're going to talk about in the spoiler part of this podcast. But I feel like he's, for the most part, understands what it means for him to be Spider-Man, and he's seasoned. And I think Tom Holland puts that into his performance.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you agree?
I can see that. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So long story short, check out Spider-Man Brand New Day, bro. Check it out. It's good. Of course, you probably have already. But we're going to get into the spoiler parts of this freaking podcast, bro. If you ain't seen it yet, that's on you, gang. That's on you. I'm sorry. There ain't nothing we can do. Because we about to analyze this junk. We about to analyze this movie, bro, because this was peak. First thing I want to talk about, Blip. First thing I want to talk about. is the custom Marvel logo. I put in my notes.
Yeah.
The custom Marvel logo. Fire! It was fire. I liked it. What did you think?
I agree. It was pretty cool. And also, if I don't know if you saw it or not, but in the logo, it had different clips of previous Spider-Man
Yes.
movies with Tom Holland.
Yes.
And some of them were, if not all of them, in the clips that he's in, he ends up vanishing from those clips.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, God, I didn't notice that part.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not notice that part.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that, dude.
They brought back some of the scenes from No Way Home and Far From Home. And I didn't see anything from Homecoming, but they might have been sprinkled in there somewhere. But
and you said he started vanishing?
Yeah. Specifically the one in Far From Home and No Way Home. From Far From Home, the bridge scene where MJ and Peter kiss for the first time, he vanishes right as MJ leans in for the kiss. On the No Way Home, he vanishes on the rooftop scene when they're all together talking about college.
See, that's a nice attention to detail. I watched it twice and didn't notice that, but I did notice one thing the second time that I didn't notice before. And I'll get to that later. But yeah, no, I loved the custom. I love it when Marvel does that, the custom thing. I liked it when they did it for Black Panther, for the Black Panther Wakanda Forever. I thought that was dope. Such a great tribute, to Chadwick for sure. Yeah, that was great. But I loved the custom logo. That was amazing. And I also love how the beginning of the movie, we expand upon the letter that he wrote in No Way Home. And throughout the movie, he keeps reading that letter. And we keep talking about the letter until eventually, MJ finds it. And that scene broke me. That scene literally broke me. But I love how they didn't just I love how they decided to keep having him have that letter as the last thing he can hold on to when it comes to MJ, because she's totally forgot about him. Ned has forgot about it. Everybody has forgot about him. So the last thing he can hold on to is that letter. I thought how they kept using the letter as this thing that he was that he was using as an emotional crutch. I thought that was such a good idea. And was genius. Yeah.
I also like the fact that they used similar emoji. I'm a music guy, so I'm gonna go back to music every time. But I listened extensively to the No Way Home soundtrack, and they brought back motifs from that movie into this one, specifically in the beginning when he's narrating what life has been for him these past couple of years. They mixed different cues from the other movie, when he's talking with Aunt May about helping the villains for the first time. That was in it. Also, MJ's and Peter's love theme song, or their love theme is in there, sprinkled in, and the final sing from No Way Home is different. It's right there before he starts.
Yeah, and it's all mixed in.
Yeah. It's just like a collage of the motifs into this beautiful woven web of awesomeness. So yeah,
I thought that was cool too. I noticed some of the songs. I didn't notice all that. Dude, shout out to you. I'm glad I actually brought you on today again because I wouldn't have even been able to analyze any of that. I knew I had to talk to somebody about this, not just do this by myself. That was really cool. I didn't even notice that about. Completely. I noticed some of it, but not all that. I didn't even catch a lot of that. The montage was really cool too. I thought the montage was a nice touch, so we get to see what he's like. Because right before the montage, he's like, all right, so I'm gonna just focus on being Spider-Man and just go 100% Spider-Man mode. And I feel like it's gonna sound a little corny, but I feel like for me, I've done that before, in my life when I'm I got something on my mind. I'm okay, let me just offset this by just focusing all my attention on this one thing. And then it doesn't really pan out the way you want it to because you focus all your attention. And it doesn't make you feel better. It just makes you
exactly.
It's just it's basically shifting your mind away from the thing that's actually bothering you. In reality, you should have just, you know, kind of dealt with it, but you didn't. You just kind of like shifted it away and just put it on the back burner, but it's going to still bother you. So I thought that was like relatable. And I think that's why a lot of people like Spider-Man, is because he is so relatable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's very, very easy to like understand and like relate to, because he goes through the same problems we do, just a bit more extensive when it comes to like dealing with villains and everything. So
yeah, and the overall theme of the movie too, I really liked. I liked how, I said like a lot, but anyway, I liked how the theme of the movie was like connection, and like we can't do this by ourselves. Like just in general, like just like existing in the world, we can't just like do this by ourselves. We need people.
Yeah.
We need people. We need friendship. We need, you know, family relationships, and you know, even the desire to find a romantic partner is just like a human like desire / need, kind of. You know, I think some people can. I don't know. It gets a little tricky when you say like you need a romantic partner, but like it is definitely a human desire, and a lot of people want that for a reason, because it's kind of like built in us to want to find a mate. So like shutting yourself off completely to like everybody, whether it's romance, whether it's friendships, whether it's family or any type of relationship that you could have with a person, is really going to leave you distraught, and you're not going to actually live a fulfilling life. And I loved how that was like the theme of the movie, is that, you know, like we are human beings, we're social creatures, and we need connection, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, you know, it doesn't matter. We need some form of connection. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I like that aspect as well, because Peter is like, even in the thing when, I think it was during the montage, when he was getting off the elevator, that one lady like tried to approach him, and he just declined and just kept going. Like he was just like locked into what he felt like he wanted to do. But we later see that doesn't really pan out the way he wanted to. So, like he said.
Yeah, exactly. And because he was stuck on MJ, but like MJ's already moved on, because she doesn't even remember you. And she's got a boyfriend, you know, but he's so stuck on MJ. And it's like, there was a girl right there who was like,
he missed him,
that like could have possibly been like a really good partner. We don't know, but he was so locked in on being Spider-Man and be like, nope, like if it's not MJ, it's nobody else. And it's kind of like, dang, you know, is that something? It's just something to think about, you know. It's just something to think about, and you know, you might be blocking blessings and you don't even realize it. And the same thing with Peter, and you can kind of apply that to your life. Like everybody can kind of apply that to their lives. Like think back, like, you know, were you blocking your blessings? Who knows? Who knows? A lot of people were thinking that was Gwen Stacy. No, bro, it's not Gwen Stacy. Bro. That's not,
they wouldn't introduce
that's not Gwen Stacy, bro. It's just a random chick who was on his floor. I mean, Tom Holland's freaking yoked in this movie. You know, come on, he's gonna be getting the ladies. Come on, he's gonna be getting the ladies. This is Tom Holland. You know, he's put together in this movie. But yeah, I think with that, you know, it's seeing him just being so hyper focused on being Spider-Man. And then that really plays into his whole Spider-Man 2 arc that he has. It's like a Spider-Man 2-esque like arc that he's having, where it's like a what do you call that, existential crisis that he's having.
Yeah.
Just like in Spider-Man 2, except for, unlike with Tobey's version of Spider-Man, where he's had like a web block. Yeah. He's like his powers are going on overdrive, and it's like, oh my gosh, and that's like what leads into it. And so there's a lot of themes from other Spider-Man films that we see in this film, like I'll say the swinging, the swinging.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
We were thinking the same thing.
In that one scene, after he finds out that he has a boyfriend, like that swinging home in the rain and everything kind of resembled that one scene in Spider-Man 2 when he was swinging after he got slapped by Harry and he found out that MJ was going to marry that freaking astronaut dude.
Yes. So, that was straight from Spider-Man 2. Straight from Spider-Man 2. And then I'll even say, even before that, we have so many scenes like that. That scene with the chase scene when Jean Grey took over that old lady, and that the way he falls, like the way he's diving down from the building is exactly like Amazing Spider-Man 2. And even the angle in which he shoots the web and then the camera pans to his forearm. Dude, that is exactly the same thing.
Even in the beginning of the montage and everything, when he's like chasing, or not the montage, but after the montage, when he's trying to stop that tank from crashing into the city and stuff, like that, when he was swinging and everything, that was very, very reminiscent.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The tank scene.
That one?
Yeah, the one with the Punisher.
Oh, never mind. Because I thought you meant the other one when he was chasing mind control people when he was like in the helicopter and everything.
No. I'm talking about the chase scene with the Punisher.
Gotcha. Okay.
That was incredibly reminiscent of the first scene from Amazing Spider-Man 2. And I loved that. I thought that was like fantastic. Gotcha. Fantastic Four. Ooh. Ball. Okay, anyway. So I had so many notes that I had taken. I think going back to Punisher. No, Punisher. Going back to Punisher with that Punisher scene. I think Punisher and the Spidey duo is something I didn't know I even needed. You know, I didn't even know that was something that I needed. I thought they played off of each other very
well.
Very well. I mean, it was like, I don't know. In real life, Tom Holland and John Bernthal, they do have like a kind of like a cool relationship, you know? So I think they were able to bring that to the performance.
Yeah.
And when he hits Spider-Man with his van or whatever, that reminds me of Amazing Spider-Man 2 as well.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, that shot was like literally the exact same.
Literally. Yeah, that was really cool to see their relationship. I kind of thought of them as a younger and older brother relationship.
Yeah, like older brother type thing. And, you know, seeing Punisher in a PG-13 movie and the way they were able to still use him in the movie, and it made sense, and it didn't feel like Punisher was just not being Punisher. Yeah. You know? He was still Frank. Yeah. He was still like 100% Frank. He was 100% Frank Castle. It didn't feel like they dumbed him down or anything, like at all. I loved it. And I think we've only really seen Frank with like Daredevil and like how he interacts with Daredevil. So to see him interact with Spider-Man was so cool. And I think it was a good decision to bring him on to be in Brand New Day. That was such a good idea. I don't know whose decision that was, but it was great. I loved that part of the movie as well. How they treated things. And Frank going up against Hulk later on in the movie, I heard somebody online saying like Frank realizing that there's levels to this. Like this isn't just like, oh, dude, I'm gonna shoot some criminals. You shoot the Hulk, bro. It's like Spider-Man said, you're just tickling him, bro. Like what are we doing? And then even like to see Frank scared, that was kind of like, whoa, like that was actually, it made him like human. And I liked that. I didn't know we would ever need that either.
Yeah, for sure.
And later on in the movie, when he makes the joke, when he's like, okay, you take on like the Hulk and I'll get Jean. And he's like, are you just saying that so you can get out of fighting the Hulk? He's like, maybe. Like he's scared. He's scared. He's not going to admit it, but he is scared. He's scared. It's the freaking Hulk. Like
he was sweating. He was trying not to die.
Yeah. And so I think their dynamic throughout the whole movie was great. I want to go back to Jean. Yeah. I want to go back to Jean and her jumping from person to person. That was really freaky to watch. I'm not going to lie.
But yeah, that was very scary. But there's one scene, I think you know what it is, that really, really thought got me, was when Peter and MJ are on the rooftop, and she kisses him, trying to remember if that was who she thought it was, and then when she remembered, quote unquote remembered, and she was really revealed to be Jean Grey controlling MJ. It was really, really scary and crazy. But I genuinely thought that the kiss kind of like brought back her memories of Peter, and it didn't. It was.
I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it was too good to be true. But that's what I was about to get into. Is I know you haven't seen Obsession. I know everybody's talking obsession. Da, 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 da. But when I watched Spider-Man Brand New Day, I'm about to say No Way Home, Brand New Day, and Jean was taking over all these people. Me and my cousin were talking about this. We were like, bro, it's completely taking away their bodily autonomy. And that is such an invasion of a person's privacy and like their ability to even have free will, because you're controlling their body, that you could do, like she could make them do anything, right? Like in that scene, she made MJ. She made MJ kiss Peter, and MJ didn't even know who Peter was. Dude, that's SA, bro. That's straight SA. Like
that's wrong.
It's wrong. That's like absolutely wrong.
And I'm happy that Peter actually told MJ later on, because
that's wrong. And then not just SA, bro. She makes she's like, oh yeah, that she doesn't remember you at all. Like da 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 da. And she's like literally poking fun at Peter. And then she's like, you know what? At least you got to say goodbye to the woman that you love, because I'm gonna make her jump off a building. And it's like, are you serious? Yeah. She had no say in that because you took over her body, and that's like disgusting. And it's the same thing as like, that's what like the whole premise of like Obsession is like, he makes the wish, and then Nikki is like in love with the main character Bear, but Nikki has no say in the matter. But she can see what's happening. She can see what's happening, and she didn't choose to do that. The wish made her do that. And so it's the same thing with Jean. When she's just jumping between people and stuff like that, it's like these people are just walking around, and then boom, it's like they took a drug or something, like they were drugged, and they don't remember how they got there. I was thinking about the guy when she said, oh yeah, I'm a find MJ and you can't stop me. And then he starts swinging to stop Jean, and then he webs the guy up in the helicopter. He's like, "Oh yeah, there's nowhere you can jump now." Okay, first of all, he used his web fluid. That junk dissolves. Second of all, I was thinking about this when that happened. That junk dissolves, right? So he's up in the air.
Right.
God knows how high up in the air he is. Okay, that junk dissolves.
On a crane, I believe.
On a crane, webbed to a crane in a helicopter that's broken. The junk dissolves. Eventually, Jean's gonna leave his body anyway, because she did. She did later on to take over MJ. So she did leave that guy, and she didn't care about that guy. So he's just sitting up there, and he's probably gonna fall and die. Straight up. All I'm saying is Spider-Man could at least took him out of the thing and then put him on the crane. So he could climb down once he turns back to normal. Like, come on, bro.
On the ground.
No, because if you put him on the ground, then she would have jumped to somebody else.
Oh, true.
See what I'm saying? So he could have
true. Yeah.
He could have put him in the crane machine thing, and he could be like, okay, now I can get down. Because bro is cooked. Yeah. He doesn't even know how he got there. He's stuck. And that jerk's gonna dissolve too. Then what? Who do we call?
The Avengers?
He can't even call the Avengers, so he's cooked. That guy's cooked, bro. He's dead. That's my unfiltered opinion. He's dead. But yeah, I think her jumping from body to body is crazy. And like my cousin said, mind control is not just some little like, little one-off thing. Like, when you're watching a movie, you kind of shut your brain off. But it really is. It's such an invasion of a person's body that it is it is SA. It is SA, 100%. It's not akin to SA. It is SA, in my opinion. Because that's just like gross. And so like her jumping into all these different people's bodies and then them not knowing what they did, like the old lady who drove the tank or whatever, or not tank, whatever, the military car or whatever. We'll just say military vessel. The person who drove the military vessel, who was an old lady, she didn't sign up for that. She didn't want to do that. That's because Jean told her to do it. And I don't think Jean should be just like redeemed from all the terrible stuff she did. She made people jump off buildings and stuff just for the fun of it. I get she was trying to get to her sister, but her methods were insane.
It's not really a good thing to do. Two wrongs don't make a right, unfortunately.
So yeah, Jean definitely is in the wrong, like, for a lot of that.
Yeah. But yeah.
What about the hand? What about the hand? Do you
I think they were underutilized in this film.
I think they were. But do you think that they willingly worked for Damage Control because they took a deal, or do you think like Damage Control is like controlling them?
They were probably controlling them the same way they tried to control Jean and her sister.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think like a crime organization will just turn around and say, "Cool, I'll join you for." Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like to take a deal so that they wouldn't have to be charged for the crimes that they did. Because I heard some people saying that. I don't know. I don't know.
It would seem kind of contradictory of what the dude was doing. Anyways, he was finding ways to like rehash bad people's powers or things into good uses for them for their own needs. So it would kind of go against what he was doing, or like
that is true.
So,
that is true. Yeah, I'm kind of like
thousands of dollars and stuff.
Like, exactly
rehashing new things, and you could just So.
I'm gonna say that they were controlled in some type of way, whether if it was like mind control, like a chip or something, or whatever. I don't know. We don't know. It could be. They could be just being controlled though. They could have like leverage or something over them though. Who knows? It could be something like that. Even it doesn't even have to be like mind control. The practical suit in this movie looked good too. Especially, I really liked it. I think this is like the best suit that Tom Holland has had. It's completely different from the Final Swing suit as well. The Final Swing suit was super shiny. This one is not.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I before the movie came out, I heard somewhere, and it wasn't true obviously, but they said that in the montage he will be wearing the shiny suit and stuff, and it will get like degraded over time, and that's when he gets the new suit he has in this movie. But
he just gets spawned in with a new suit, you know.
Yeah, and time has passed since No Way Home, obviously, so it's quite normal.
It's quite normal. It's been like 4 years, I think, was the time jump. What was I gonna say next? Oh, the needle drops. What did you think of the Bad Bunny needle drop, bro?
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
That was crazy.
Especially in that scene.
That joke was funny. I liked it. I was like, dang, bro. They couldn't play most of that song though. Most of that song is diabolical.
Yeah, he's just trying to test out his powers. He just gets launched and it starts. It's just crazy.
Yeah, and I was about to say that, going back to the powers, him testing out his powers. Once he gets the organic webbing, dude, that was straight out of Tobey Maguire.
Yeah.
On the rooftop where he's like, go webs.
Yeah.
I just like Tobey Maguire. Like. I thought that was really cool how they did that. I loved how I don't know if you noticed, you probably did. Of course you noticed the organic webbings, how it looked compared to his web fluid. Yeah, I loved how it looked. Like it was gross because it looked like a real web, like a spider would make. Oh, it was so gross, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Also,
he almost vomited.
Yeah, also like the webs, like I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but the webs squirting out of his wrist. That was crazy. You know what that reminded me of?
What?
Web Weaver.
Web Weaver?
Yeah, Web Weaver from The Boys. Remember when he gets nervous and he shoots the webs out of his...
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
That's what it was. The same effect though. It was literally the same effect. I leaned over to my friend that I went to see the movie with, and I was like, "Bro, Web Weaver, bro, from The Boys." I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I choose to remember. I choose not to remember Tech Knight and his cave of.
Oh God. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that, bro. Ugh. Nasty. Yeah, but I thought that was really cool with the it was kind of a callback to Tobey Maguire himself. Yeah. That was a nice little touch that they added as well. I also like the needle drop for Tame Impala, Loser, the song Loser, when he sees Ned and he's walking on the train, not the train, the subway or whatever, and he's like following him around and he follows him to the party.
Right.
There's that song Loser by Tame Impala that plays. That's what the name of the song was. I knew you didn't know that song, but
I did not know.
Yeah, you don't listen to Tame Impala. But yeah, that was a really good needle drop. I thought that was fantastic. And then when he goes into the apartment and he goes into Ned's room and you see the board of like who is Spider-Man, da 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 da. Did you notice? I noticed this on the rewatch in 3D when I was writing my notes. I was like, bro, on one of the post-it notes, it says, like, who is Spider-Man? Is he British? He might be British. And I was just like, because Tom Holland's
a vague memory of seeing that.
Tom Holland's British. Yeah. That's so funny. I like that. I thought that was a cool, like, little nod to Tom Holland being British.
Yeah.
He's like, is he British? Could he be British? That's what it said. Could he be British?
Who knows?
Who knows? I thought that was
that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Tom, and like I just gotta reiterate this again. No glaze. Tom Holland and Zendaya look amazing in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just look like they're. I love this version of Spider-Man because he's adult Spider-Man. Like he's adult Spider-Man doing adult stuff, man. Like, what more could we ask for? His style is different. He's got the adult build now. And I thought it was so crazy because in the other movies, I was talking to my mom about this, and in other movies that Tom Holland was in with Spider-Man, the casting, the costume design, not for the suits, but for his normal clothes, looks like something a teenager would wear. So then, and even like his haircut looks like a teenager's like haircut. So he looks more like a teen. He looks younger. And then in this one, it's like his hair's longer. He looks more like an adult, like he's his age. And I love that. I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
How they were able to do that.
Yeah.
It's crazy what clothes can do. They can make you look older, younger.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about the Spider-Man 2 arc. I see here in my notes, I was mentioning the Spider-Man 2 arc again. I really do like how, remember in the first, not the first podcast episode, but in the episode that we did together, the first one that we did together, we were talking about Man Spider and we watched the cartoon thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool, but I knew they weren't gonna go full Man Spider. I kind of because it'll be a little. It's like somebody said, Emergency Awesome on YouTube said it's totally body horror. You know, you can't really keep a PG-13 version of that in the Spider-Man film. So I think what they did with his mutation thing was still really cool, and how it was like more of an existential crisis thing. And it was a nice addition, like how him being so stressed out and watching Zendaya / MJ get with somebody else made him like crash out and almost turn full Spider. And it's not until he realizes that he needs family and friends and connection that he reins it in and is like, okay, I can't be full Spider-Man because I was about to turn into a literal Spider-Man. Anyway, I don't know. That was freaking,
I guess, bro.
That was freaking dumb.
What?
Yeah. Anyway, but no, he was about to turn full Spider-Man, and we didn't want that because that's really gross and nasty. It's like that. You ever seen that short film that they did about like it was a Spider-Man horror movie?
Yeah, I think so. Wasn't he like a villain in that one? Like he used his powers for bad.
So it's basically just Man Spider, basically, where he's just like really gross and he's like, and he like you see him like webbing people. He webbed like people up like in his like apartment or whatever, and like some of his friends are like dead because he like webbed them up or something. Let me see if I can like look that up real quick. Yeah, not that Spider-Man short film that was terrible. What was it? Spider-Man, where the guy was racist. What was it?
You know what I'm Lotus?
Lotus. Yeah, there we go.
No, I was talking about Lotus. I was talking about I saw like a short trailer or something about a Spider-Man origin story where he uses his powers for bad instead of good.
Yeah, okay. It's called Spider-Man. It's called The Spider, horror Spider-Man fan film. That sound is gnarly, dude. It's so gross. It's only 9 minutes. Let me just show you this real quick. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. We're just gonna like watch the ending.
He does look a bit like a Peter.
He does. It's Carl from the Walking Dead.
Oh. Darn. Hi, Carl.
Look how nasty that looks, bro.
Yeah. That does look weird.
Peter, darling, are you okay in there?
Is that his version of Aunt May?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
I think that's always a cool shot. How they do that. But let's just skip to the ending, bro. This junk's gnarly, bro. He kills Aunt May, I'm pretty sure.
Jeez.
Yeah, oh my god, Uncle Ben goes into his room. Cause this dude starts like tweaking out. Ew!
What the heck happened to him?
Yeah, like his teeth are coming out. Realistically, if a guy got spider powers, he would just be like, yeah.
Know where you are right now?
His body's mutating. Oh my god, you see his hands?
Yeah.
I would not want to be Spider-Man.
Jesus.
It's straight up body horror. That's why you could not do Man Spider in a PG-13 movie.
Bro,
how do you not?
Distorted.
I do too. I wonder how they don't know that Peter built like a freaking whole nest in their house. But all right,
Peter? No, please.
Do it.
Oh yeah, he killed Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben dead. Rip Aunt May too.
Ben! Peter!
Nah, you ain't trying to meet Peter right now.
Do they ever show his face when he's fully transformed?
I think so.
I don't want to do that.
So you haven't seen this?
No, I don't think I saw the full thing. I saw like parts.
Yeah, it's
of
really
it.
gross. That man Uncle Ben dead. Oh yeah, he eating Uncle Ben right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what he would look like. You'd have multiple eyes, bro.
I got trypophobia. Take that off.
That's
that
crazy.
Is gross.
Yeah, anybody listening, bro, just look up the spider. You'll see what we were talking about, bro. That joke was gnarly. Oh my gosh. So, bro, how did we even get to that, bro? Oh, we're talking about Man Spider.
Spider.
Yeah, so you can't even, you would not be able to do that in a PG-13 movie, bro. If you wanted to do a Man Spider thing, it'd have to be rated R. And they lose a bunch of money if they're doing that. And you know Sony's never doing that. Now with Spider Noir, apparently they did an Easter egg thing with Man Spider. I didn't watch the whole
watch it. Yeah.
I only watched the first episode. I didn't see that, but apparently to Emergency Awesome they did, so that's kind of cool. So I think what they did with Man Spider, they were able to do like the spider mutation thing without doing a bunch of body horror, and I think it still worked.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Maybe they can go that route, I guess. Perhaps.
Yeah, and when he goes,
if they ever do a Man Spider,
when he goes full beast mode on Scorpion as well, I forgot about that. Talking about his mutation, that was scary. That's when that's what Spider-Man looks like when he doesn't hold back, and it's always scary every freaking time, bro. Every time.
If he goes quiet, you're done.
Yeah. It was just like
making jokes with Kraken.
It's like, oh my gosh. Yeah. That was very, very terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Side note: How long do you think Hulk was teaching for? Like at a how long do you think he was doing it for?
At ESU or just
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general?
yeah. Like where he's a professor.
Uh,
Or not Hulk, Bruce Banner.
He's probably been teaching ever since after Endgame, perchance, or not? Well, not after Endgame, but like a few years after Endgame. So like 5 or 6 years.
I think whenever he turns back into Bruce is probably when he was, because when he was Professor Hulk, I don't think he was. Or maybe he was.
Yeah, I mean, well, he
Right,
did have
kinda.
that lab. He did kind of isolate himself in that lab for a few years after. I
Mhm.
think, right? In She-Hulk.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, in
Or
She-Hulk,
was
I
that
think he
during
did.
Infinity War?
It's been a long time. That was during She-Hulk. It's been a long time since I've seen She-Hulk because I hope to never see it again because it was that bad.
Yeah.
But whoo, that movie. That TV show sucks. Oh God.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. So what do you think? Maybe like after
She-Hulk, I guess, like probably like 4 years.
No, I think after Shang-Chi, because that's when he turns back into normal Bruce.
Oh right, I forgot. He
I think
wasn't.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I don't know.
wasn't. Huh.
We'll see.
Interesting.
I think Jean taking over the Hulk was wild, but I knew that was going to happen. When we found out it was Jean, I'm like, oh yeah, she's taking over the Hulk. Especially immediately after she says, "Take me to the ESU" or whatever. I'm like, oh God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We get and so with hulking out for real this time, which we haven't seen in years, dude.
Since
in years.
2017. No. Yeah.
Yeah, since what,
2017.
Ragnarok?
Ragnarok. Technically since Infinity War, but he was there for like 10 seconds. So, but
Yeah.
mostly Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
That's
a bit bigger
crazy.
too.
Now in this one, it was literally like I literally said, I leaned over to my sister during the movie and I was like, bro, this man just ulted for real. It's just like Marvel Rivals. You know, when he ults, he's like normal Hulk.
Yeah.
And then he ults and he turns into like this giant Hulk. I'm like, oh my God. That jump was terrifying. Seeing Bruce turn into Hulk, that was terrifying. I was like, woo.
Literally. Yeah.
He was like, no, go. I was like, oh shoot. That was like on some like Werewolf by Night type junk. It was weird. It was, oh my gosh. But he is like like the Hulk is supposed to be like it's like the similar to like a werewolf type thing where he's like turning into some uncontrollable beast, you know.
Yeah.
So I really liked how they brought that back, and we had more web slinging where it looked like the Raimi films,
Mhm.
and that was really cool. Even the poster looked like Spider-Man 2.
Which posters? There was like many of them.
Yeah, let me see.
The main one or
Brand New Day poster. There was one that literally looked like Spider-Man 2. This one.
yeah, I could see that.
That's straight up Spider-Man 2. How's that not? How's that not? I remember when we had the popcorn bucket for Spider-Man 2. I used to be so scared of Spider-Man 2 as a kid. And I remember looking at that popcorn bucket, and my grandma used that popcorn bucket for a lot. So yeah, it's literally Spider-Man 2 where you see Doc Ock.
Yeah.
You can't tell me, except Doc Ock, it's just MJ. Yeah, because she's not leaning on him because she doesn't know who he is. Yeah, that was crazy. Sacrifice. That I remember. This was for the popcorn bucket. This was the poster for the popcorn bucket. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. It was this one. It was this one. Yeah, I remember
cool.
I remember we had got the popcorn bucket. I think my uncle got like the popcorn bucket or something. It was literally like this one. That's crazy. It's
really cool.
Such a different era.
Yeah. They didn't even do much. They just put like a bucket and it just painted a freaking picture. You get like figurines and everything.
Yeah.
With your popcorn buckets. It's pretty easy.
That's insane. I still think that scene of Jean kissing Peter was messed up, bro. That was just
That was insane. That was wrong.
Oh yeah, and then I meant to say. I meant to say Gene critiquing his letter too. I wrote that in my notes. Diabolical! Diabolical! Like, oh my gosh. She critiqued his letter. She's like, yeah, it was a little wordy, but overall it was pretty good. I was like, oh my gosh.
You have
Leave
no
my
right
man
to say
alone.
that. Jean was off her rocker in this movie.
She
As
was
cool as it
she
to
was
see her. It was
she was doing a lot. She was doing the most. I mean, she was like who even is the real villain of this movie? Gene is definitely a villain, but overall, I think Damage Control is the main villain because Damage Control is going to be the one freaking tormenting the mutants in the future movies because that's definitely what this is setting up. Yeah, because that one scene with when Bruce says to him, he's like, you know, that's tricky technology, you know, there, Ned. You know, if you make this technology, you know, who's to say somebody else isn't going to get it and then use it on all these different types of people. So he literally made the device that's going to, oppress mutants, which they're going to do. The universal inhibitor. Oh my gosh, bro. I can't believe he made that jump.
Hopefully he destroyed it. I hope. But
he didn't destroy it though. Because that guy ran away. That guy's gone. Like the guy, I forgot what the main character. Whatever. The black guy from Severance.
Was in,
I forgot his name, but he's still on the loose. He's still on the loose.
He didn't take it though. It was on.
But gang,
it was on her.
It was on her. It was on Gene. He was doing the test on. They already modified it.
I forgot.
They had already modified it. So if they already modified it, they have the plans. They have the schematics. They understand how the thing works. So they're gonna use it on the mutants, bro. 100%, 100%, dude. They modified that junk because remember they connected a cord to the thing and they modified it somehow.
Yeah. That's kind of coming back to me. Yeah. Dang, Peter.
I have to go back to two things as well. I got to go back to Punisher for 1 second. Zesty Punisher was crazy. I never thought I was. Yes, when he's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, Peter. I'm sorry you have to deal with that, Peter. Remember when Jean takes over his body and she's like, man, this dude's really messed up in the head.
Right.
And then she's picking up like the explosives or whatever, and she's seeing him fight the Hulk. She's like, wow, I'm sorry you have to deal with that, Peter. And then when he has the detonator thing and it's like ticking down and he's like waving his hand, it's so zesty. I was like, oh my God, the way he was standing was crazy. And he's like, is that my gun? Is that my gun? That was so funny. Oh, I was first time I saw it, I bursted out laughing. What did you think about MJ finding out about the letter though? That was a tough watch, man.
I thought it was pretty crazy. On one hand, I understand her reaction to it, and on the other hand, I really wish that she could like at least talk more with him about it instead of like just outright leaving.
I understand. I go back to what you just said. I understand where she's coming from, but as like a moviegoer, we're all like, "Oh, just get back together. Just get back together already." Da, 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 da. We want to see it. We want to see it. But if this was real, bro, and this guy's like, "Yeah, I wrote this letter. She found this letter," and even if she does believe it, which she clearly does, she already has a boyfriend. She's in a relationship. She doesn't remember Peter. Peter is basically a stranger. So like, it's like, yeah, like. Of course he wasn't going to tell you about the letter. And the fact she was like, why didn't you tell me earlier is because like, okay, imagine a stranger comes up into your job and says, yeah, my name is Peter Parker. I erased your memory to protect you or whatever because, you know, the world's going to get destroyed and I'm actually Spider-Man and I love you and you love me and we actually dated. So let's just start dating again. That would have looked creepy. Weird. That would have been weird and creepy. And I don't know why she critiqued him for that. But at the same time, I understand why she rejected him because he is just like a random dude. And she's already in a relationship. What's she supposed to do? Like, just like break up with her boyfriend that she's in love with to be with Peter? Now, whether they spark a new thing is different. But like, for her to just drop everything and be like, okay, I'm in love with you now, Peter, and she doesn't remember him?
Yeah, no.
That's crazy.
No me gusta.
And I'm gonna go back to that actually too later, as well as him not remembering her not remembering him. But her rejecting him, right? And then him having to swing her back home, brutal. That is we've never seen that in a Spider-Man movie where he has to do like the awkward swing back. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah. That trip must have been very quiet.
It had to have been. It had to have been because there's no way, dog. There's no way I would have. I think what smoothed it over though is when he got to hang out with Ned.
Yeah.
I think that smoothed it over, and I think he kind of like mellowed out. He was like, okay, this does suck, but at least I get to talk to my homie again. You know, I think that did help him a little bit because if he would have just up and dipped, he would have been thinking about that the whole time. He would have turned into Man Spider full stop, bro. He would have just turned into Man Spider the whole time, bro.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think Ned and Peter hanging out kind of made MJ realize something. I don't know what it was, but you know. But yeah. It may not be like the same feeling she had before, but something came out of that.
Yeah.
When they were all together.
You know what a thought I was thinking about was I was thinking about Jean and her sister and that scene when we see them get taken by damage or get her gets taken by damage control. Her sister gets taken by damage control. How did they know about Sarah and not Jean?
True.
They only came for Sarah.
I don't think that Jean was using her powers like Sarah was.
Oh, that's probably right. That's probably right.
Kind of covert with her powers.
That's probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. That is true. They probably couldn't tell, but it's like you didn't watch Wonder Man, but in Wonder Man they could tell that Wonder Man was an enhanced individual, and that he had used his powers at some point, and they were like tracking him. They were like monitoring him. So they probably did the same thing with her sister. Oh, I heard people online talking about on here in my notes I have Jean realizing that VMAX was just the name of the air vent was sad, dude. That was the last thing she just saw, and then that was like the last thing she was able to transmit. That didn't mean anything. VMAX didn't mean anything. VentMax is what it was. Oh, dang. That's diabolical, bro. And then when she finally unleashed her true self or whatever, like her abilities and stuff, that was
that was a bit scary. The Punisher shooting and Peter sensing the shot before it happened, and he getting like that kind of reminded me of No Way Home with Aunt May and Peter dying.
Exactly.
In that scene, yeah. So like, yeah, that was very, very like echoing of that. I kind of like almost made me cry because I thought he was gonna die, but he didn't. So
I knew he wasn't gonna die, but it still was like heartfelt, like seeing him like bleed out like that was like insane.
Yeah,
and watching Peter accept who he really like is was like really refreshing. Like when he takes off the inhibitor and she's like, "Oh, are you gonna be Spider-Man? Or are you gonna be Peter?" He said both. I'm gonna be both. Yeah. And then he just like freaking KOs everybody. That was dope. And the choreography was amazing. Gotta give
I also like
props to the choreography.
The Insomniac freaking movesets from the games.
Yeah.
Like the web bomb or whatever. That was really cool. And stuff. And some of the finishers as well. I was able to peep a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. And I think when he does that and he becomes his true self or whatever, and he stops Jean, or he meets Jean in the room or whatever and stops her from killing that guy. And then Jean goes into his head, and then Jean gets with great power comes great responsibility speech, kind of. The same thing, and that you need people who love you and stuff like that, and you're not just like your powers. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. And that we got to see Aunt May again in like a flashback type thing. What and you're talking about Peter bleeding out, he getting shot by the Punisher. I also noticed in that scene as well how guilty Punisher felt, like how guilty Frank felt, and we never see that. We never see that with Frank. He's always just like, he just always was like, I think everybody who died just need killing and da 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 da. He's like all gruff and stuff, but like Frank really felt bad, and you can tell like he actually cared for Peter, even though he didn't know who he was.
He was even crying too.
He was even crying.
Mhm.
And he was like, no. I didn't mean to shoot you. I was trying to shoot. And you could see him even thinking about his own philosophy is kind of messed up. And he's like, well, maybe, maybe Peter was onto something. And then you see him, he wakes up in the hospital bed and then he's like crying and he's like, oh my God, you're okay. Like, you're fine. And he's like, I'm so sorry. Even that wasn't right. Like 100% that wasn't right. And Peter's like, no, you don't have to apologize. He's like, no, that literally wasn't right. Like, I shouldn't have done that. Seeing Frank apologize, I feel like Frank has only like apologized to Karen, bro. I could be wrong, but like literally seeing Frank apologize and being a human being for like 2 seconds was like something I didn't even think I needed. And then also seeing Punisher being scared of the Hulk, I thought that was like so human. And like obviously he's a soldier. Like, he's really strong, but this isn't Marvel Rivals. Like, there's not like balancing and scaling and stuff like that. Like, dude, this is the Hulk. You have a gun. You're gonna die. Try and take out Jean. And even with Jean, he couldn't take out Jean because she has like telekinetic powers or whatever. She's a telepath. So like, he couldn't even take out Jean. She literally was like, boom. And she's like, oh, this dude, he's messed up in the head. Side note, I put as a side note as well, him dressing up as Spider-Man so that Peter could just leave. And it was funny.
That was pretty cool.
That was so funny. And him doing his like little Punisher grunts where he's like,
yeah. That was really cool.
I was just saying, I also thought about like when he was in surgery, I'm like, okay, it's kind of like the doctors know what he looks like. But then I was like, wait, New York City's so big. It's such a big place that like, even if they know who, like what he looks like, they don't know who he is because he had no ID. He's just a John Doe.
Literally.
He's just a John Doe. So really, his identity is still safe because he's a John Doe. He has no identity. He has like no ID or anything, so they can't ID him. And it's kind of like that episode of Justice League when I think it's Lex Luthor is in Flash's body, and he's like, finally, now to unmask the Flash, and he's like in Flash's apartment, and he's like, I have no idea who this is. Let me show you.
Yeah. I think I remember.
Flash identity. That jump was funny, and I feel like that's what it would be like with Peter.
Lex, you're having a difficult day. If nothing else,
Oh, he's in the bathroom, not in his apartment. My bad.
If nothing else, I can at least learn the Flash's secret identity.
I remember this.
I have no idea who this is.
And I feel like that's what would like. They'd be like, Spider-Man. That's what Spider-Man look. I have no idea who this is. I don't know who this guy is. Who is this guy? He's just a random guy. Whatever. So I was like, dang. It's just one of those things that I was like, I guess that's really not that big of a deal because it's not even like it's not even like the scene in Spider-Man 2 when he starts to train and he has his mask off. It's not even like that because genuinely he was just a guy who was admitted to the hospital who is Spider-Man that they know is Spider-Man. Yeah. But like they're just there to save his life, and then they're probably gonna forget about him because there's so many people who get shot, so many people who are and their lives are so busy, and that it's such a big city. If he lived in a small town, that'd be one thing. They'd be like, "Oh, that's old Peter Parker from down the street." He lives on the farm at the Parker Ranch or some junk like that. But since it's like New York City, it's such a big place. He's just a random Joe. Like they genuinely don't care. I have one more. I said so he has no ID. And he's a John Doe. And I said Peter making Frank cry was really sweet. I think that was great. And so now let's just like he walks out. We see him walk out of the hospital, and they're like, "Hey, it's Spider-Man!" And then it's actually Frank in the suit, and they're all cheering him on. So they know Spider-Man's alive, but they don't know that Peter's Spider-Man. And I think that's the best, is that Peter gets to be famous, but also live a normal life at the same time, which I think is the best of both worlds. He's on his Hannah Montana type beat. Hannah Montana type beat. He can be Miley and he can be Hannah Montana. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then we get to the scene where the ending scene when he's in the bodega or whatever, and he gives Ned a handshake. So what do you think? What do you think that means? What do you think that means?
I don't think Ned remembers Peter. I think the handshake did kind of awaken something in him because he doesn't remember Peter, but he remembers the handshake. And
like it was muscle memory, yeah.
Right, yeah. And I remember he might have remembered MJ saying that Spider-Man's real name is Peter.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be connecting that with Peter because because like Peter has or Spider-Man has saved their lives a lot of the time, and that like him being at the party and him being there talking with them and in the apartment before all that stuff happened kind of like might have made him like tie the dots together or something. But yeah.
No, I got you. What I've seen online, and I think I've come to the same conclusion, is that a lot of people are saying that I think Jean being inside of both their brains, made them, it unlocked some things in their brains where it's starting to unfog a lot of that stuff. Because one of Jean's abilities is to be able to restore people's memory and like restore like lost memories and things like that. And even just like being in there, like, cause you got to think about it. She's like in their heads and stuff like that. So like it's shaking some stuff up. So it's like some of that is, I think some of that, like the stuff from their past that they don't remember, I think trickled down in there a little bit. So I think some of that is, like you said, I think it is him starting to remember Peter, but I don't think he remembers Peter. I think as this next trilogy goes on, I think it's going to chip away at their memory, and then it's going to come back to them. Especially being around Peter so much now, they're definitely going to be around Peter more. Like Zendaya's MJ is not just going to be like, all right, I know Peter is Spider-Man, but let's never talk to him again. Like that's not the case.
Right.
That's just not the case. That's not going to happen. They're going to get close. They're going to date again. And then something probably tragic is going to happen to her, because we know Spider-Man can never be happy. He can never be happy. It doesn't make a good story if he's happy.
She's not MJ. I mean, MJ. She's not Gwen Stacy.
I know, but there's been multiple Spider-Man issues where like something has happened to MJ, or even let me refer back to the animated series.
Before I go, I want you to know just one thing. If any part of me is anything like the real Mary Jane Watson, she loves Peter Parker more than anything.
Because MJ ends up disappearing through time and junk like that.
The world more than anything.
And then this ends up being a clone, and then you get this iconic meme.
More than anything.
No! Mary Jane! Mary Jane!
So yeah, he's gonna be going through that eventually at some point. And I know that he's not. I know she might not die. I'm not saying MJ is gonna die in the future, but something tragic is gonna happen to her, bro. It has to. Every time it has to. I mean, think about it. Something tragic happened to her in the last movie. She lost her memory. That's tragic. She's not dead, but she might as well be because she don't remember Peter. You know?
And she almost died in this movie too.
Yeah.
When she got knocked away she jumped off the building because of Jean.
So I think that handshake just represents eventually that they will remember him. Yeah. And my conclusion for this movie, I said, I just love how this movie focuses on the fact that we need connection with people, friends, families, lovers, etc. We need each other, and we can't do this alone. And I think that translates to real life, genuinely. So I really like that that part of the movie, and how that was kind of like a little bit of the message of the movie. And it was a very relatable movie because, like, you Young people are going through it right now, and I feel like Peter was going through a lot of the stuff that young people are going through at the moment. So I felt like it was like a very like accurate representation of what it's like for a lot of people, men and women, especially after COVID, where they just like a lot of people are like isolated and they don't have friends and they might not even have family, and they might long for a connection, romantic connection, and they can't find it, or they're stuck on some past situation that won't let them move forward. And I think this movie highlights that, and Spider-Man going through that. And I think the whole premise of like, you know, him being like, well, he still has to live a life, is a reminder to all of us that like we can't just like do this on our own, that we need people. And I like that message of the movie. And there's probably more messages and deeper meanings to the movie. And we definitely missed a lot of stuff, you know, in terms of like everything. We can't recap everything that happened in the movie, but those are just some key things that really stood out to me. One last thing before we end this thing out, Blimp. What do you think the end credit scene means? Because I was kind of confused by that, even me as a comic book reader.
Okay. I love that scene because it hints towards two possibilities. There is a rumor flying around that Tobey Maguire Spider-Man will be in Doomsday. So
Yes.
That might be a teaser towards that. And there was another thing that I heard recently about Secret Wars, and that since we know that Doomsday and Secret Wars is like a 1 and 2-parter, like Infinity War and Endgame, so they're saying that Doomsday might end up with Doctor Doom winning and turning what's left of reality into what we know as Battleworld in the comics, and there might be different Spider-Men within that Battleworld that are like, you know, fighting together to help restore what they thought or remember what was before.
I knew it had something to do with Doomsday, but I just didn't really understand. I was like, huh? Like what? Outer space?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like he's going back to space for sure. I looked it up here, what some people might be saying. It pulled it from this. It says features Ned's Spidey tracker app glitching and zooming past Earth and the moon to pinpoint a Spider-Man signal out in outer space, concluding with the prompt that Spider-Man will return. This cosmic tease means Peter Parker is heading off-world, setting up his involvement in upcoming large-scale crossover events like Avengers Secret Wars or Avengers Doomsday. The location in space heavily hints at the creation of Battleworld or a cosmic anomaly tied to colliding universes in the wider Marvel Cinematic Universe. Symbiote origins. In comic lore, Spider-Man finding himself in space or dealing with cosmic elements is famously linked to acquiring his black alien suit. I was thinking that too.
But it's the suit is already in the universe though, because of, remember in No Way Home when Venom visited? He left behind a piece of himself in the MCU, so it's already there sort of in the MCU. Some
fan theories suggest that the tracker might be picking up an alternate universe variant of Spider-Man rather than Tom Holland's local hero. So yeah, like what you said, I think it's probably a mix of a bunch of stuff, but I'm thinking it's probably more like Toby or something.
Yeah, or Andrew. Who knows?
Yeah,
it could be either or both.
Or both. Yeah. I'm just gonna look up the symbiote left behind, meaning, and like what that could mean.
No Way Home.
I just typed it in and it just automatically did it. The symbiote left behind, No Way Home integrated suit sets up Tom Holland's Peter Parker eventually getting the iconic black suit, tease a cosmic or multiversal threat, and bridge Sony's Venom universe with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is it still left behind?
It was still there. Yeah. Because if it wasn't, it would have left with Tom Hardy's Venom. But it was there.
Yeah. While Venom: The Last Dance initially caused fan confusion by showing the U.S. military capture a piece of goo in Mexico bar, that scene takes place back in Sony's universe. The fragment left on the bar counter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Earth-616 remains active. This linear piece continues to serve as a narrative foundation for Tom Holland's Peter Parker. Got you. That's what I was confused about because of The Last Dance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's still there.
So it's still out there somewhere. And you know, with his like primal whatever taking over, like his DNA taking over, and how aggressive he got, bro. Imagine that with the symbiote, bro. I feel like that was kind of like a teaser in itself of like what he could be like with the symbiote. I just got to say that, like, woo, I was like, oh man, this man was silent. He didn't say jack.
There was also a scene in No Way Home, especially in the end where he's fighting Green Goblin. I saw like snippets of what he could become like if he were to, like, if he was like that, and what we saw in Brand New Day, if that was combined and with the symbiote suit, that would be detrimental to anyone he's fighting.
I think that isn't even accurate representation of what he would be like with the symbiote, because when the primal thing took over, like his DNA took over, and then he woke up and he was like, he goes up to the cop and he's like, I don't know what's happening. Like that, and doing that. I was like, bro, that's just straight symbiote right there. And then when she's like, you need to get your stuff together. If you keep acting like this, I'm not going to be able to protect you. That reminds me of symbiote. The other scene that you referenced just reminds me of Spider-Man if he was just like angry. Like really angry. But the beast taking over reminded me of just straight symbiote. I'm like, that's nothing but symbiote, bro.
I see.
Yeah.
Like this part of me kind of felt like he was like something was taking over in No Way Home. Yeah. I don't know what, but
I feel that. Yeah, no, but this movie, like I said, great. 9 out of 10 in my opinion. One of the best Spider-Man films that we have ever gotten, just because of like how fleshed out the universe is and everything, and you can just breathe, you know.
For sure.
I love the movie, so check it out, everybody. Check it out. But if you're still watching and you listen to the spoilers, bro, and you didn't check it out, bro, that's on you, bro. I just gotta say, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
We make it look easy.
This is what we do. It's just what we do, man. We just make it look easy, bro. Hey, Blimp, I appreciate you stopping through here and being on the podcast again. I'm sitting in my new chair today, guys. I built a new chair before the pod, bro. Now I don't have that busted tail gaming chair that hurt my rear end. That joint was terrible. This got cushion, man. I've been sitting here for an hour and 45 minutes and it don't even feel like it for real. Leather, real leather, baby. Real leather. That junk is fire, man.
A chair you could potentially sleep in if you would like to. It's
yeah, bro. Because it's just comfortable, man. Like, I don't know how I did this junk for like 6 years. I had that chair for 6 years. That junk was busted, being held together by tape and not even duct tape. So yeah, you know, we upgrading. We upgrading. That's what we do. That's what we do out here, man. Yeah, but you know, like I said, I appreciate you joining the podcast again. We'll definitely have to have you on again. But I knew I had to have you on for the Spider-Man pod because you're just such a Spider-Man fan. I had to have you on the podcast, man. So I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you for everybody. Thank you for everybody who tunes in. The few of you who do tune into the podcast. I appreciate that as well, man. But it has been My Crazy Loud Thoughts on Spotify. You're on Spotify right now because that's the only way you can listen to it. What am I talking about? And you know how we do, man. Hey, if you got somebody you like and you ain't told them how you feel, you might as well just go ahead and do that, John, bro. It might end up like Peter Parker, but shoot, it's worth a shot. Hey, man, you miss it 100% of the shots you don't take. It's My Crazy Loud Thoughts. We outie. Peace.